Hey everyone, welcome back to Claris Chronicles, where today is boring, so let's get exploring. I was looking through newspaper articles with some of my favorite keywords lately, such as found treasure or found gold, but I never expected to run across an article like this with those keywords. I found this article in the San Francisco Call, and it was a newspaper from September 8th, 1895, so this is old when I ran across this. It says, he found his finger. So when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. And it says, Mr. Salmons discovered it after a lapse of nearly 32 years. John Salmons is a responsible man, a good farmer, who stands high among his neighbors and whose reliability has never been brought into question. He was a brave soldier of the Confederate Army and was one of those who participated in that bloody tragedy on the banks of Chickamauga Creek on September 18th, 1863. During the hottest of the engagement, Salmons found himself in an exposed position, with shot and shell playing high revel around him, and he sought such shelter was afforded by a large oak tree, which was in direct line of fire. While handling his piece, a bullet struck his gunstock and cut off the two first joints of the forefinger of his right hand as clean as a knife could have done it. The dismembered finger dropped among the leaves, and as he was more particular about saving the balance of his body than about rescuing as little a thing as a missing finger, he made the best of his way out of the fight, stanching his bleeding hand as best he could. The war was fought to a finish. Let me scroll down. And Salmons came back home and went to work, charging up his maimed hand to the losses of the Confederacy. Some years ago, he decided to visit the battlefield, which he had not seen in nearly 32 years. And so he betook himself to Chickamauga and started to stroll over the battlefield. The tree where he stood when wounded occupied such a conspicuous position that he found little difficulty in locating it, with all the scars and knots in its rugged trunk caused by the flying missiles of death. Having found the tree, he put himself in the same position in which he was standing when wounded, and then it occurred to him to look for the bones of his missing finger. Scratching around among the leaves, much to his astonishment, he found the bones where the finger had fallen, and they corresponded exactly with the finger he had lost. They had laid there undisturbed ever since that dread day, and it was with a strange feeling that he took them. And after establishing their identity to his perfect satisfaction, what did he do? Like hold it up and say, like, oh, is this my right finger? Wrapped them up and took them away with him as a strange souvenir of his wartime experiences. Mr. Salmons has them in his possession now and will preserve them as an evidence of the fact that he found them on the battlefield after a lapse of so many years. So this is an extraordinary find. It is a crazy article. And folks, this is stuff that you can't find nowadays. I mean, if you go and Google this, you might find a few other of the same articles, but you can't find any information. And that's why it's so cool to look back in time in these newspapers and just find stories like this. So this was crazy. Yeah, I'm speechless. But yeah, so if you ever lose your chapstick or your phone, just don't sweat it. You may just find it 40 years later. I mean, that is so lucky. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this article. Everyone have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.